Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin Ethereum report for the 14th of June. It's Monday. And this is the 4-hour chart here. So in a nutshell, we're looking at it as an A wave here and an ABC for the B wave here, possibly wave 5 here, but we'll just stay with the B wave here for the moment, and then looking up for 5 waves here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and that can take us higher here. I believe that should be moved up here. We can come back to that later, but just in the bigger picture here, let me just pull out a little bit further. So I just want to go over the bigger picture here a little bit. So with Bitcoin, it started its correction a month earlier than Ethereum. This is ETH here. So let's just put this in here, put ETH. So, I mean, you know this already anyway, but it's just, it started like a month earlier here on early May here. And I don't think that any of the Elliott people have a problem with actually counting 5 waves down here. Okay, and because we have 5 waves down here, that means naturally we should have an A wave, an ABC here, I'm thinking, as a B wave, and then up for a C wave to make a larger B wave here. I could put all this in one smaller degree as well, so not a biggie, but and then wave C down here. Now wave C is quite low here, but that's just the length of wave A here. So that would be a textbook kind of ABC correction at that point. So I don't think we can forget about the fact that this is 5 waves here, because if it is 5 waves here, after a correction, then we should have another 5 waves down. So will Bitcoin be doing the same thing? I would imagine so, even though the Bitcoin, this was the beginning of 12th of May or whatever here, and this is the 12th of May here in the same thing. That's when, Ethereum started down. Bitcoin started a month earlier here. And we could count 1, 2, 3, little ABC here, whatever, or even count it differently and count this down to wave 5 here. But I think this is probably more the case here, in that we've got an A and a B and a C wave down here for the A wave, then an A and a B and 5 waves up for the C wave here. So basically, when the markets fell out of bed here, they all just sort of fell in sync, really. And this is also for the crypto index as well, so all the other little markets can be brought in the same way as well, to a point, of course. But yeah, because this has just got 3 waves down here, that means, yes, it can just continue to the upside. But would that do that without Ethereum? Would we see Bitcoin heading higher and then Ethereum heading lower, over that time period? I don't think so. But I don't know, the crypto market that well. But, they've kind of all waddled along together, within reason, so I couldn't imagine, a month or two. Well, the C wave is going to take longer than wave A. Wave A is normally swift and sharp, and C wave is long and laborious. So yeah, I think that they would drag in the same. So yeah, anyway, this is what I'm thinking anyway. Because of that top, and we've got 5 waves here, that means we should have another 5 waves over here. I mean, there's different ways of counting this bigger picture as well, that we've all looked at, and other Elliott people have got them, and and I think it's all good talking about this wave 3 and 4 here. I think it's okay. It has pulled down a lot, but it's never really overlapped wave 1 here for this. So I think it's sort of okay-ish. I just not that keen on using log scale at an intermediate degree of structure. I mean, a primary degree, sure, but still, these are new markets and, you know, new things, you know, you got to kind of move and groove. So it's possible to have this way for it. It's possible to have this in different ways as well here. So, you know, just the simple ABC correction here. I'd been thinking it about as an expanded flat, and then somebody mentioned it to me as well about an expanded flat with this top here, and then somebody sent me a video of somebody else with an expanded flat there as well. We could just put it like this here. So well, for the expanded flat, you could put it all the way over here for this. And you could have this as the A wave here. So an A, B, C here for the B wave, and then 5 waves down for the C wave and have a low in place here for that. Or you could even go to this point here and have an ABC pattern here as an expanded flat and finished here and continue to the upside. So I've thought about that a bit, and I'm okay with an expanded flat being here, you know, be it here or be it wherever. I'm okay with it, but I just keep coming back to the Ethereum count where we've got 5 waves down from the top here. You know, that's the thing that's the sort of closing argument for me, really. And because we got 5 waves here, then after a correction to the 50, 60%, whatever, then we should have another 5 down. And it's not to say that that's the low there either, you know, I mean, it could be drawn out over, you know, a couple of years or a year or so, whatever. I don't know. I mean, this time it's different, people say, but, you know, we're only working with human nature anyway. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. Obviously, we know that there's a lot of, you know, corporate interest on these lows down here holding this together. But yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd shoot the breeze a little bit and take a look around a bit. But yeah, just coming back to it a bit. I think that we're in for something like this. And anyway, we'll know. We won't miss anything. You know, it's like, you know, we've traded up here. We got stopped out here. We should be back in here and here. So, you know, first of all, let's just see if we get these 5 waves here. So it's pretty obvious to see wave 1 and 2 here. And then we'd be looking at wave 3 and 4 and 5 moving up. It doesn't have to move to the box. It's just, you know, it's just there. It is a supply level, of course. It was support and became resistance. And, you know, it would probably check those orders again at that point. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, all we really need to do is stay on this. So for traders, there's not really a problem here. For hodlers, there's not really a problem here. It's once these 5 waves finish here, then, you know, you'll need to decide, you know, to go neutral at that point at least until we can figure out what we've got after that, because after these 5 waves here, and it may not come as high as we think, because normally there's an equality between wave A and wave C here as well. But if that is wave 1, well then wave 3 is probably not going to be any smaller than wave 1 here. So we'll have to be a bit careful about. Anyway, we'll just take it step by step. So on that note, we can just cruise in here and take a closer look at that situation. So if this is wave 1 here, then we could put wave 3 here for this. But normally we would expect wave 1, wave 3 to be an extra 60%. So we could probably expect that a little bit further, a bit higher up than that. We can use a Fibonacci wave getting to that, but let's just see how that plays out first. But yeah, in a nutshell, wave 3, 4, and 5 moving up here, something of that nature. On the tick chart, let's just have a look at where we had our trades and just sort of recap a little bit about what's occurred. So I've changed this to green wave 1 rather than blue wave 1 where we had it last time. But yeah, so looking at this as wave 1, we had trade in here and here. We got stopped out through here. We talked about being long here. I hope that you've just done the right thing and moved back in here as well. But I won't put that there, but that was just myself. So yeah, I mean, even drawing a line across here would have been satisfactory as well. For you would have seen it, you would have known what was going on at that point because we'd talked about it, you know. So that's sort of where we are, really. I have to resolve this. I'm not sure if that wave C sits over here for that. But apart from that, yeah, let's just see how this goes. I mean, it's going to push up higher. I can count, there's 5 waves. There's 5 waves here. There's 5 waves in that move, and there's 5 waves in here. It's not to say, you know, but that would have to be pushed out further. But what we could say here is that we're going to see something occur here. Give it a bit of time before we see any upside. There should be a bit of a vibration between there. I mean, technically, we shouldn't see it in this case, but this is group 1 above and group 2 below. So that's the swing range for that. But I wouldn't really go that far in saying that this time because it's in a different structure and it's not the first time that it's arrived there, so to speak, you know. So I don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, group 1, 2 and so on, that will be part of it. That was the B wave that you should have been long on at that point, so I'll just leave that there. Hopefully you've got another position in here earlier for all of this, but that's where it stands. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.